In the previous video, we completed the introduction to C#, where we learned why C# was needed, how its code structure works, and who created it. If you missed that, make sure to check out the last video for all the details. In this video, we will discuss the software tools that we will use for coding here. Since our main focus is game development, we will directly start coding in Unity with the help of Visual Studio. To do this, we will need to download both Unity and Visual Studio, and I will guide you through the entire procedure in today's video. Setting up Unity on your PC is quite simple. First, we need to download Unity's installer. For this, go to Google and type unity.com. When you search for the website, the first result you see will take you to Unity's official site, where you'll find the option to download Unity Hub. Once you click on the download button, Unity will start downloading. If you're not sure what Unity Hub is, let me explain in simple terms. Unity Hub is essentially an application that helps you manage Unity installations and projects. Once Unity Hub is downloaded, you will need to install it. During installation, you may be prompted to grant permissions. Simply allow them and proceed. After that, you will need to select a location on your PC to save Unity Hub. Choose a location as per your preference, and Unity will be installed there. Once the installation is complete, click on Finish, and Unity Hub will open. When Unity Hub opens for the first time, you'll see a sign-in option. As you are a first-time user, you will need to create an account first. To create an account, click on the Create Account option, which will take you to Unity's website. There, you'll need to fill in your details like email, password, username, and full name. There will also be a checkbox asking if you want to receive Unity's marketing emails. You can opt in or out as you prefer. After completing the CAPTCHA and clicking on Create ID, your account will be created. Once your account is ready, go back to Unity Hub and click on the Sign In button. You will be redirected to the website, where you need to enter the email and password of the account you just created. After signing in, you will receive a verification code on your email. Enter that code, verify your account, review the terms, accept them, and you'll be logged into Unity Hub. Once logged in, you might see a message saying no active license. To resolve this, click on Manage License, then on Add License, and select the Get Free Personal License option. After agreeing to the terms in the dialog box that opens, your personal license will be activated. If you are using Unity for personal projects or learning purposes, the personal license is sufficient. However, if you are a company or are earning through games, you'll need to purchase a pro license. For now, the personal license will work for most users. Next, we'll talk about downloading different Unity versions. On the left panel, you'll see the Installs option. Click on it, and then click Install Editor in the top right corner. Here, you'll see a list of recommended versions, which are stable and free of major bugs. It's best to download the recommended version, as beta versions often have more issues. If you're watching this video in the future, you might see a different recommended version, so simply download the latest version available. After clicking Install, you'll see various modules that you can select, like Android, Windows, and others. By default, some important modules are pre-selected, but you can manually select additional modules depending on the platform you want to develop games for, such as iOS. Don't worry if you miss any modules. You can always install them later. If you need an older version of Unity, you can click on Archive in the Editor Install section, where you'll find a list of all previous Unity versions. For example, you can find versions from 2023 or 2022 and download them if your project requires an older version. However, I recommend using the latest recommended version unless there's a specific need for an older one. Once you've selected the desired version and modules, click Install to start the download. Make sure your internet connection remains stable during the download process to avoid having to start over. After Unity is installed, Visual Studio will also need to be downloaded as part of the process. During the Visual Studio installation, you'll see a pop-up asking you to select modules. Be sure to select the Game Development module. Then, click Install to begin the process. Once the installation is complete, Visual Studio will prompt you to sign in, but you can skip this step if you prefer. You'll also have the option to select a theme, dark or light. After making your selection, you can close Visual Studio. Once both Unity and Visual Studio are installed, open Unity Hub. Here, you'll see an option to create a new project. Click on New Project, and you'll be presented with several templates. For now, choose the 3D template. You can name your project anything. I'll name mine my first project. After naming it, click Create. If you already have an existing project, you can open it by selecting the file location. Since I don't have an existing project, I'll create a new one. Once the project is open, you'll see Unity's interface. To connect Unity with Visual Studio, go to Edit Preferences, then navigate to External Tools. Under External Script Editor, select Visual Studio. This will connect Unity and Visual Visual Studio. If you use Rider instead of Visual Studio, I'll make a separate video explaining its setup. For now, just select Visual Studio, and the two applications will be linked. To create your first script, go to the Project tab in Unity, right-click, choose Create, and then select C# script. Name the script anything you like. I'll name mine Hello World. Double-click the script to open it in Visual Studio. This is where you'll write the code for your game, and we'll use these scripts to interact with game objects and create functional games. For those interested in Rider, it works similarly to Visual Studio and is now free for personal use. You can download it by searching for JetBrains Rider on Google and following the steps we use for Visual Studio. This was the process of downloading and setting up Unity and Visual Studio. In future videos, we'll delve deeper into scripting, C# coding, and game development. If you have any feedback, questions, or suggestions on what to cover in future videos, feel free to share them in the comments. I'll see you in the next video.